Yes, guys, and welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV for yet another pre-match pump-up. And boy, is today a big one. I mean, we've got Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, and we are away at the Bridge. And we all have memories of the Battle of the Bridge back way beyond. So look, we just got to keep plowing along, keep going, and it's going to be a tough one today. It really is going to be a tough one today. Match pump up. I do apologize about that. That is my fault. That is on my end. But honestly, today is a big one. It is a London derby. Antonio Conte returning to the Bridge. Of course, it is away at Stamford Bridge, and we all have memories of the Battle of the Bridge back when we were going for league titles. So, I mean, there's a lot on today. It's a Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. We definitely want to get back to that final and right some wrongs, especially with City being out. Third time is the charm. We are back. We are back with a bang. Third time the charm. Let's do it this time. Absolutely loving life. Hopefully this team don't have any of the pre-match jitters that I have right now. I really do hope so. But look, this time I promise you we are back properly. Look, Antonio Conte, he's returning to Stamford Bridge where he did win a Premier League and an FA Cup title with Chelsea. And when he got sacked, he did say he wants them relegated. So there is a lot on the line here. Of course, we want to end our 13-year drought since last beating Chelsea in the 2008 League Cup final. So there's a lot on offer. Of course, we are away at Stamford Bridge. Kickoff is at 7:45 p.m. But guys, make sure you stay tuned. All the way through. You have the pre-match pump-up, then you have the watch-along all the way to the post-match fan show. I mean, they do hit more here than Sky Sports. Over 100k subscribers. I also want to congratulate Ben and Simeon on Simeone, I call him now, on that as well, because it's fully deserved. Honestly, you don't see the hard work that these guys have put in over the last 4 years to be able to get to this stage. And I mean, they have it at a level now where it's virtually uncompetable with. So fair play to the boys, and let's keep cracking on. Let's get to the million. Let's make this bigger than what AFTV is. Today, guys, the referee is Craig Pawson. And strangely enough, since the Burnley game, this guy has been involved in nearly every single one of our matches. I'm starting to think, is he a Spurs fan? Is he involved because they want to keep, ripping us off with VAR decisions? I don't know. Craig Pawson, I'm on to you. That's all I'm going to say. But guys, there is a couple of rules tonight. Of course, we can name, I think it's 9 substitutions on the bench we can name tonight. And I think we can use 5 of them tonight, which would be very, very interesting. Of course, it is the first leg, so we definitely want to get out of there, with a decent result going into the home leg, because, I mean, we can definitely turn them at home. Our home form is absolutely exceptional, so it is. It's absolutely exceptional. But like I said, it is the semi-final. I mean, no one wants to go out to the rivals in the semi-final. We've already took out West Ham in the quarters. Let's take Chelsea out in this one, and then let's get a North London derby going in the final. That's what I would like to see. But look, for us to get to this stage, we have not had an easy ride. And we've played all Premier League opposition. We've played Wolves, beat them on penalties, beat Burnley with the Lucas Moura goal, 2-1 win over West Ham to reach this stage. So we are here on absolute merit. Let's not get that mistaken. We are here on merit. You look at Chelsea. I mean, what have they done to get here? Who did they beat? They beat Southampton. They beat Aston Villa both on penalties. And then bet Brentford 2-0. Yeah, they've played Premier League opposition, but at the calibre that we've played, probably not. So they've had a bit of an easier ride, I would say. There is a lot riding on this game. Spurs have just won one of our last 16 visits to Stamford Bridge, winning 1, drawing 5, losing 10. It's a notoriously tough place for us to go and get a result. But look, I'll be honest with you, I have that feeling today. I got out that side of the bed and I just felt that the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. I just have that feeling today's going to be a big day. It's going to be a big momentum swing. I mean, we've got a huge month. This is the first of a trilogy versus Chelsea. 2 legs in the Carabao Cup semi-final, once in the league. Then we've got Arsenal and North London Derby in the league, the scum, and then we've got Morecambe in there at the thrown in there as well. So, I mean, it's a big, big month for us. It's time for us to stamp that we have now arrived. We've got Conte, we've got Paratici. The team is playing well. We're all pulling in one direction. This is the month to make a statement. Get a result against Chelsea in the league. Smash Arsenal. Get to the Carabao Cup final. Next round of the FA Cup final. It'd be an absolute fantastic month. And hopefully, Daniel Levy can bring in a transfer or two to really help out. We are on a 5-game unbeaten run since the defeat to NS Mora. And we have scored 2 or more goals in 5 of our past 8 fixtures. So we are starting to find the back of the net, which is absolutely crucial. And it's going to be big in games like today. But we have kept clean 40% more clean sheets in our last 10 EFL matches, 20% more than Chelsea. And look, Chelsea, they're coming into this. They're not in great form. They have only won 1 of their last 6 games. So, I mean, there is a lot of draws in there. So these are gettable. Thomas Tuchel is throwing his toys out the pram. He's crying. You have Romelu Lukaku. I mean, the guy has more desire to be in the NBA than what he does at Chelsea. And we know that because he goes on holiday every summer with Paul Pogba playing basketball. So there's upset there. I mean, it just looks like the wheels are falling off at Chelsea a little bit. And hopefully that is the case. And hopefully we can get there today, get in amongst their faces. I want to see a Tottenham team of 11 players all dying today, running their bollocks off, crunching tackles, turning the ball time and time again. I want to see 11 men stand up on that pitch today, and I really want to take it to them. I mean, these are definitely beatable. But look, it's going to be a very, very tactical battle. A very tactical battle. We both know that both managers do usually like to play the 3-4-3 system. Very, very interesting to see if Conte decides that he will go and match Thomas Tuchel up today. Because against Liverpool, we played a 3-5-2, and we absolutely ripped Liverpool to shreds time and time and time again. We played on the counter against Man City like we did against Liverpool under Nuno. We also bet them. I just wonder, will Conte switch the formation today and try and hit these on the counter like we did against Liverpool? Well, let's be honest, we have looked the best we did all season. Or does he match Tuchel up and go for a 3-4-3? Now, both systems, they do play them in very different ways. With Conte, you know, it's similar to what the Chelsea side he had back in the day. We sit back, we invite the pressure, and we're huge on defensive discipline. And Conte also places a major emphasis on positioning and shape. His sides are comfortable playing with 11 men behind the ball. If that means forcing the opposition into unnatural areas, it's not a problem to him. And this is when Conte's squad, this is when we thrive the most. Then we try and surround our opponents, take the ball off them, and break very, very quickly. And we've got two lethal finishers in the team, in Harry Kane and Son Heung-min. I mean, we've also got Lucas in there as well, who has started to chip in of late, and he's starting to turn into a very good player. Whereas you look at Thomas Tuchel's 3-4-3. They like to press when out of possession to try and get the ball back. They also try to win it high up the pitch, which also means we're going to have to be very, very careful. I've seen at times, Conte is stamping it out, but at times in games, you see some of our players touching the ball at walking pace, passing it at walking pace. We cannot afford to do that today because they will press us. And the way our 3-4-3, we have Son and Lucas who play very, very close to Kane. You could almost say in two sort of cam positions. Whereas Thomas Tuchel keeps his out wide, but then he gets them to drift inside, which then creates three in the box along with the striker, and their wing-backs bomb on the outside. And then their midfielders will also push up towards the edge of the box for any breaking ball. So we're going to have to be very, very conscious of that. We don't want to get pinned in, and especially off the back of our own mistakes. That would be absolutely stupid. So we have to be very attentive. We have to move the ball with purpose today. We have to move it very quickly. Just a couple of things to get into. Guha Arun Kumar. I love that name. Arun Kumar, absolutely love it, my man. He says, going to be a rough match playing Chelsea. This fixture normally never favours us. Hope we can draw a win today and see it through the lane. Come on, you Spurs. No, look, it's not a very kind fixture to us, but we've got Conte. He's got a system that works. He's got players buying into what he wants to do. If we can get our very best 11 out there, we will give any team a match. We will match any team up and give them a game. What we're not so good at and what we need to try and start learning to do is breaking down teams that play low block against us, because what Conte has done is changed the narrative where teams like Newcastle and that were coming at us. Now they're very weary of us and they're sitting back. So now we need to find a way of breaking down them teams. But against the bigger teams, this absolutely suits us. We'll sit in, keep our shape, press them into areas of the pitch, turn the ball over, and get at them with Kane, Son, and Lucas. So we're definitely in this game. Definitely in this game, Guha. I know a lot of Spurs fans are nervous, but do not write it off. 100% we are in this game. I mean, you can call me tactical genius, whatever you want, but we are in this. Val Taylor, welcome to Silver. Big yourself up. Big yourself up. In terms of team news, what I do have for you is right now is we know that Sessegnon is out, Bergwijn is out, and Romero is out. And then we're not sure potentially on what the one or two COVID situations were. One is rumored to be Eric Dyer. So does that mean Sanchez moves into middle, Tanganga slots in? I'm not sure who the other one is. I've heard Hugo Lloris being floated about, but I'm not 100% sure. In terms of Chelsea, they're missing teeny weeny up front. Timo Werner, he's out with COVID. Edouard Mendy has gone off to the African Cup of Nations, so that means you'll have Kepa in, who, I mean, look, his missus must go mad because this guy is absolutely allergic to clean sheets. He does not like clean sheets. He will concede a goal. You have Ben Chilwell out with a hamstring. Reece James is out. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is out with his ankle. Andreas Christensen has a back problem. May or may not be involved. Trevor Chalobah, he picked up a knock against Liverpool. Again, may or may not be involved. Jordan Stevens with the super chat. Tonight will be a tough one. We just need to get a decent result, and I'm very confident taking back to the lane. Come on, you Spurs. And look, Jordan, spot on. I mean, you've seen time and time again, my man, that our home form is absolutely excellent. It's the away form we now need to work on, going away from home. But our home form has been absolutely excellent. So I have full confidence that we can, if we can get a good result today, we can definitely take them at the bridge, my man. But look, I've spoke about the defenders that are out for Chelsea. Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Edouard Mendy. We're not sure about Christensen, Trevor Chalobah. So what I do expect is you probably expect Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Alonso. I mean, honestly, that sounds like a retirement village to me. There's about 100 years worth of experience right there. But at the end of the day, we have quick players who, if on a quick counters, we can definitely get at these fuckers. You have Christian Pulisic. Now, look, I know he scored against Liverpool, but honestly, this guy could be naked in a brothel. He still would not finish. It's that simple. You have Callum Hudson-Odoi, one of the most overrated footballers in the world. This guy needs to concentrate on finishing his man's dinner first before he starts coming into the Chelsea team, ballooning them into the stands for a souvenir for a child. I mean, this is a team that Conte said he hopes to get relegated once they sign him. You have Thomas Tuchel. I mean, Chelsea are blue. This guy, first name is Thomas. I mean, are we talking about a Thomas the Tank Engine enthusiast club here? I mean, sometimes I wonder with these guys. I really do. Another super chat here to get to. People are absolutely buzzing and pumped for this. I love it. Makes my job 10 times easier. We have Kieran Abbott. Will either win 4-0 or get absolutely battered. I love the channel, lads, from County Offaly. Big up, Kieran, my man. What an absolute legend. It's good to have you in, brother. We have a lot of Spurs fans over here in Ireland. I'm from Kildare myself. I mean, we have them all over Donegal, Leitrim, Mayo. I mean, they're absolutely everywhere, my man. Portlaoise, Shoffley, there's loads of them. So big yourself up, Kieran, and welcome to the community, my man. Everybody, there's over 700 in-house right now. Make sure you absolutely drop that elbow onto that subscribe button, onto that like button, just like Mane did against Chelsea in the first minute, and you see them crying like babies. That's the way I want you to drop the elbow, with ferocity, and that's the way I want Tottenham to start today. Get at these fuckers early. I mean, the pain these have caused me over the years, the Battle of the Bridge, I'll never, ever forgive them. Half of their fans are probably dropping off their poodle to get its hair done and its nails painted before they come to the game. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Let's have it. But look, let's get into this. Let's see who the first guest is. Let's get them on. Who have we got? Yes, come on. It's the big man, Ben Davies. Ben Davies enthusiast. How are you keeping, my man? Oh, how are you keeping, Arian? You on mute, lad?
Oh, I am. Wow. Okay,
no, let's have it, my man.
Anyway,
Honestly, all the jitters between me and you, the jitters for today's show. But my man, how are you keeping, brother?
I'm doing wonderful. Before I start, by the way, it looks like Matt Hayes actually leaked the lineup about 5 minutes too early. So should I read it off for everybody?
Yeah, let's have it.
All right, so the lineup looks like it's Lloris in goal, obviously. You have Sanchez, Tanganga, and Davis at the back. You have Matt Doherty on the left, Emerson Royale on the right, Højbjerg and Skip in the double pivot, and Mora, Son, and Kane start once again. So that is the lineup according to Matt Hayes. And on the bench, Reguilon, Winks, Gil, Roden, Lo Celso, Deli, and Ndombele. And we have two goalkeepers named on the bench as well, and Galini and Brandon Austin. So
interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, I'm looking at it there now. The link lineup has been put paper to pen. I mean, with all technology nowadays, you think they'd be able to send it over via email or something like that. But anyway, Arian, my man, we've seen the lineup there, supposedly the league lineup. We will wait for the official one. Now, it could 100% be spot on. I mean, when it comes to Matt Hayes, he usually is correct. Exactly. But Arian, it looks like we are going 3-4-3. We're going to match Chelsea up. Do you agree with this decision? I mean, we did look better when we played the 3-5-2 and played on the counter against Liverpool. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, against bigger teams, I figured actually we'd go with a 3-5-2 today since it works so well against Liverpool, who are also a very high pressing side, similar to what Chelsea like to play. Um, but you know, I think Conte knows more than I do, and I think he figured if we can match them up, and especially with the fact that we have some players missing like Dyer and Reguilon's laying on the bench
Yeah,
as well, he probably wants to rest them. Conte was probably thinking ahead, maybe even into the game, maybe change the formation mid game, bring Reguilon on for Doherty, and then like take off somebody else to switch the I don't know whatever he's doing, whatever Conte's thinking, I'm agreeing. So whatever so if Conte thinks the 3-4-3 to match up Tuchel and his depleted team is the way, then that's the way. Because Chelsea also maybe they can't press to the same extent that they could have at the beginning because they have a bunch of center backs out. Their fullbacks, the first choice fullbacks are all out.
yeah,
Werner, who's someone who does like to run a lot, is also out. So they're probably gonna have Pulisic and maybe Lukaku up top doing all the pressing, and in the middle they're gonna have Mason Mount and them all them. So um, I think Conte was thinking ahead, and he's probably made the right decision knowing Conte. So I definitely am in agreement with this.
yeah, spot on. I expect him to have that big angry Hulk Lukaku smash up front. That's all he is. Honestly, ridiculous. All he does is bully people. No footballing
Yeah.
ability whatsoever. Big angry run up front today. Let's hopefully Sanchez or Tanganga can really wind him up. But look, we've seen the back line. It's
Absolutely.
Ben Davies, Sanchez, and Tanganga. You said, which one do you think is going to play in the middle to kind of mark Rom? Do you think it'd be Tanganga or do you think it'd be Sanchez?
I think it'd be Tanganga because I think Tanganga is the more aggressive of the three center backs, and that's kind of what you want in the center back. But my
Mm,
problem with Tanganga is do I trust them to basically take that role all the way up to the top, be more comfortable with the ball, kind of like Dyer is? I don't know. Because things I definitely don't trust
yeah.
Sanchez with that. As brilliant as he has been on that right center back spot, I think that is his position. I don't think you should deviate from that. So,
Mm,
but yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I could also see it though because he's been so brilliant. Maybe Conte's like, you know what? I'll trust you to be in the middle for this game. It's gonna be tough, and especially with the, Lukaku and Pulisic, who are probably gonna be the two doing most of the work up top. That's gonna be a lot of pressure on the center back, and whether it's Tanganga or Sanchez, it is a difficult um, matchup
yeah.
there. So yeah,
Look, I know you're probably a huge fan, but I mean, I don't really rate Pulisic either, to be honest with you. I wouldn't really worry about him today. It'd be very interesting to see what reception Lukaku gets today and whether it affects his game or not as well
mm,
after what he said. But look, Arian, Chelsea are missing some of their best defenders: Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Mendy's out of goals. And we don't know whether Christensen is available, Trevor Chalobah. How significant are these absentees for Chelsea? And can we take advantage of these absentees?
Oh, for sure. And I think there's even rumors that even Kepa is out with COVID. I'm not sure if they're 100% true, but I've heard those rumors. So maybe they're going to have to put some 18-year-old goalkeeper in there. So we'll see what happens with that. But they have a lot of. It's a very depleted Chelsea. This isn't the same Chelsea that looked like they were going to win the league 2 months ago. It's a completely
Yeah.
different Chelsea. And even that Chelsea's out of form. Even if they bought the same lineup they had 2 months ago, it's completely out of form, completely shattered. And if Lukaku comes on, who knows what he's going to be thinking? Because on one hand, he's going to, he was twerking for Antonio Conte like 2 days ago in the press. So,
Yeah.
is he really gonna have to come out to have the heart after probably all the booze and the Stamford Bridge to really come out and put everything up against Antonio Conte's Tottenham? I don't know. We'll see. So, um, it mentally this squad is not as prepared as we are. Physically, how a lot of them are not as fit as we are. A lot of them, the
Mm,
world class players, have gone to Afcon or they're just injured or whatever. It is not looking good for Chelsea on paper. The one thing that I'm giving them right now, the one thing that they do have, is Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge is unbelievably difficult to go to for us. We've had, so 20 years there, and we've had, in 20 years we've had how many wins? Like two. So,
mm,
it's some stat that's like ridiculous like that. So
yeah.
it's tough, man. That's the toughest thing about it. And I think the team news actually out right now, the official news, and it looks like that is right.
And the
Yeah.
Chelsea team is Kepa in goals. Um,
Mm.
Antonio, Marcus Alonso, Jorginho, Romelu, Saul Niguez, Mason Mount, Hakimi, Cesar Azpilicueta, Kai Havertz, and I'm not sure who that.
I didn't
Um,
hear N'Golo Conte in that team.
so yeah, it's Arrizabalaga, Rudiger, Alonso, um, Lukaku, Saul Niguez, Mount, Ziyech, Azpilicueta, Havertz, and Sarr. So there is no Romelu Lukaku up front. Very, very interesting call there. It does look like it probably will be the German guy, what's his name, Kaya Verts up front for them. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. That's a big call in our favour. You know, it looks like things are ready to implode over there at Chelsea. That's absolutely fantastic. But Arian, what I do want to ask you, does this competition represent Antonio Conte's best chance of ending his first season in charge of Tottenham with a trophy?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Man City are out of this competition, and that is the biggest thing that we could probably take advantage of today.
Yeah,
Because without them, who have just dominated this competition because their squad depth is so unbelievable, we have a chance here. You have Liverpool and Arsenal. Liverpool don't give two shits about this competition, and Arsenal are Arsenal. So once we're out with Chelsea, hopefully that final is going to be looking a lot better than that Man City final.
yeah.
So hopefully if we can get through here, we have a real good shot. And I mean, a North London Derby final would absolutely, because I don't think Liverpool are gonna get it through. I think they're gonna play some 3-year-olds in up top and whatever. I think Arsenal are able to get through considering
That's if
everything
that
that
game
we've
ever
seen from
goes
them.
ahead, Arian. I mean, you have Jurgen Stropp throwing tantrums left, right, and centre at the minute. You know, that
Yeah,
game
so one
is
way Liverpool either
going
gonna
to
have to
decide.
forfeit. Either Liverpool are going to be forced to forfeit or whatever the hell, or they're going to play like 7-year-olds and 9-year-olds,
Yeah,
whatever the hell it is. And Arsenal, I feel like are going to go through. This is going to be one a hell of a final. And if Arsenal, under Mikel Arteta, they do have a decent-ish record in finals, but Antonio Conte is, Arteta would give his life savings to lace Conte's boots, man. I don't really care what you compare the two. It doesn't matter to me. So in a final against Arteta, I'm more confident in my team than ever. Um,
mm.
so hopefully we can get through here, get this trophy because this is big, man, and this is big. And just to confirm here, in the Chelsea team news, was there an N'Golo Conte?
No, I didn't see him in the starting lineup.
There's no N'Golo Conte. Oh, so I think he might have had with COVID too. Then, so that's an even bigger point for us. So we have a real good shot here because we have a pretty fit squad. We have Regulon on the bench. He doesn't even know how to stop running if you put him on properly. It's gonna be crazy, man. Hopefully we go in here and just get it. Because if we get through here, this is massive. This is the biggest chance we've had in over a decade of winning a trophy.
Yeah, and City knocked out. It's very important we get through today. If we get through today, we win this. We win this. Oh, Lukaku does start, and Kante is on the bench. My bad. So Lukaku does start. That is my fault. So Lukaku is in. Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think he'll score today. To be honest with you, I think we'll have more than
Yeah.
enough to be able to handle him. We've got Davinson Sanchez. We've got Jaffet Manhandler. I mean, says everything about Manhandler Tanganga, and we've got the one and only, the revived Ben Davies. So I think we should have more than enough to repel him, especially Lukaku that doesn't want to be there. I mean, he'd rather be on the basketball courts in Miami. You know what I mean? So watching NBA talking about Paul Pogba, he has no respect for Chelsea, so we shouldn't have any either if their players can't even respect him. But Arian, before I let you go, my man, because we do have there's a lot of people in today, which is
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah, there
brilliant.
is.
Does this month look? We've Chelsea 3 times. We've got them twice in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Once we've got a game against Arsenal, North London Derby, and then the FA Cup game against Morecambe as well in there. Will this month tell us where we're at as a team and where we're at under Conte?
Can you hear me? Because I'm having some
Yeah,
problems with my microphone here. All right, cool. It's gonna be. I can't say for sure because there's one thing, with Chelsea being such a good side, and quality wise. Of course, if we get like 2 wins and then like a draw against them or something great against them, it's
yeah,
gonna look amazing. But the fact, playing the same side 3 times isn't the same as playing really good sides that are 3 separate teams. So it's
yeah.
gonna be, you can't get too much out of this. And Arsenal are not gonna be, anywhere near the level Chelsea or us are. So it's not going to be the biggest like tester. It's going to be just playing like a mid-table team. So it doesn't really matter what we get against them.
Mm,
And for Chelsea, if you play them 3 times, it's going to kind of become a game of mind games more than it is like the test of where a football club is. But at the same time, obviously, the semifinal and the league, and then 2 really important league games for us. So if we do end up getting really positive results in all of them, it's going to show how much we've just progressed under Conte compared to the 2 or however much it was under Nuno, which was just death at this club. The mood was terrible. So hopefully, we get positive results in every single one of those events, and yeah, we take it. And before I go, by the way of the lineup is shaped, it looks like Sanchez is going to be starting in the center back.
yeah,
That
yeah.
which is interesting.
Right
So
call, to be honest with you. I prefer him in there than Tanganga, to be honest with you. I think with Tanganga, we've seen it. He will get riled up and he'll end up just
mm,
kicking it. He'll end up just drop kicking Lukaku. He won't even go for the ball. So, I think with Sanchez, hopefully he'll have a bit more composure there, Mark
mm.
and Romelu. But look, Ben Davies, before we let you go, my man, what's your score prediction? And I want you to scream your house down like you always do. A big come on you, Spurs. This Carabao Cup
Oh
semi-final,
God.
I want to hear you reach decibels you've never reached before.
For sure. All right. My score prediction. It's a tough one, man. I'm gonna be honest. Stamford Bridge, but it's a depleted Chelsea. I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs. 2-1 Spurs. I'll be
Love it.
confident to say at least we'll get that win. All right. And obviously, as always, come on, you Spurs!
Come on, let's have it. Absolutely love the passion, my man. My man, I'll see you after the game. What a calling. Big up, Ariane. Big up, Ariane. Who have we got next? Let's keep them rolling in, just like we're going to steamroll Chelsea. Keep them rolling on. Who have we got next? Ah, yes, my man. Where's the king? Where's he, buddy? How you keeping, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
No, I'm absolutely buzzing, my man. I mean, Carabao Cup semi-final. I woke up with a hard on this morning. This is what these games do to me, my man. This is what they do to me.
Yep.
But look,
Yep.
what's your thoughts heading into this game, my man? Give it to me.
Oh man, we gotta win this. Like this is a very big first game of the two legs. We just have to. We got to play solid. I know I know we got a little bit of a change up in the lineup. I don't completely agree with putting Doherty out there but I'm gonna give him a chance because Conte gave him a chance, and we just got to go. We got to back the manager, and he must know something that we don't know. He must got something in his head saying, "Hey, hey, Doherty, I'm gonna need you to do something." So hopefully he's solid for us, and he can hold it off until Reguilon is subbed in, which I'm pretty sure Reguilon's gonna sub in for him. And that's going to be great when Reguilon come in because he's going to have all the stamina in the world to just go up and down the pitch and wreak havoc on Chelsea. So it may be a blessing in disguise if we can get Doherty to play a solid game today. Sanchez, I agree with him being in the center. I think he can. I think he can do it. Been playing. He's been on form. On like the last 3-4 games. He's been on form. So I agree with that. Putting Tanganga on the right, I think he can do it. I think he can make it work. I think he's solid. He should do a solid job. I ain't too worried about him. I know his strength and his speed will probably help us out on that right center back part, especially with Royale on the right. And them two locking up together. Of course, Son Kane, Lucas Moura. That should be, they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to show their talent today. Hopefully, Lucas Moura get a goal because I've been behind Moura the whole time I've been Tottenham fan. I've been behind Moura, and I just hope he does some messy stuff out there. Hopefully.
No, I hope so. I absolutely hope so. I mean, look, Lucas Moura, he's definitely stepping up of late. He's been brilliant. So he has been, to be fair, and I want more of that. Excuse the pun, but look, big call, Doherty coming in. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand it, Wes.
I don't.
Do you
I
think
don't
it's
either.
tactical? Do you think it's just a case of maybe resting Reguilon? What's your thoughts?
I don't agree with. I swear we can put somebody else right there. I know Session's out, but really, I would. My whole thing is I would have probably. I don't know who we would put right there. Maybe Hill could probably play that left because he could play left or right side. Maybe if he put Hill right there, but Hill doesn't have the defensive capability to play that wing back for a long period of time. He could do it for like a good 20 minutes, like he subbed in the Southampton game. I think he subbed
Yeah,
in for right wing back.
yeah,
So he can do it, but probably for just a small spurt. He can't do it for like a full half trying to play defense because he doesn't have the strength yet to really do that. He has technical ability on the offensive side, but he doesn't have the strength to be up and down playing defense as well. I just haven't seen that from him. If he does have it in him, we haven't seen it. But I think Conte pretty much just had to do what he had to do. He was only wing back kind of available. Session's out.
yeah.
He's not starting Reguilon for. I guess he has a tactical reason for that. Maybe he's thinking his pace when Chelsea's tired because they don't have a full squad. Maybe we could use that. He could use that as his advantage, just like a super sub kind of.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I would have loved to see Rodon in this game. I don't think nobody was going to talk about. I think this type of game that I think Rodon can do because he done did it before for his last season where he came in out of the blue sky. He had to start.
Yeah.
He actually played well in those games on last season.
Let me
I
ask
think
you.
this would have been,
Let me ask you, because Conte did say about Joe Rodon, he sees him as a direct backup to Eric Dyer, which is that central position.
exactly,
Does this
exactly.
show that he doesn't fancy Rodon, and maybe Rodon is potentially out the door? The fact that he's moving Sanchez into the middle and bringing Tanganga in.
Yeah, I guess so. Cause that's a big deal. Cause you would have thought that's what he probably would have did. He would have put Rodon in the middle and
Yeah.
put Sanchez, when he's been playing on that right center back side. And I think that would have been very solid for me, having Davies on the left, Rodon in the central, and then having Sanchez, who's been playing great at right center back. And of course Davies, he's been completely solid on the left center back side. So it's got. I think that's right. I think right there tells you where probably Rodon is at the moment. And it's kind of sad to see because I like him. He's a Spurs, Spurs through and through. It's sad that he's probably going to have to probably either go on loan or leave probably this January, probably.
Yeah. No, I think he will. I think he will. But Wes, Tottenham know this will be a physical matchup. Do you expect it to be a very heated contest today? Maybe another battle of the bridge?
Of course, it's Chelsea. I do not like these guys.
Tell me how
I
much you hate them and tell me why.
tolerate,
It's just a pre-match bump up.
yeah,
Tell me why you hate them. Let's have it.
I tolerate some of their fans, but most of the time, just in general, Chelsea is just they just think they're like God or something like that. Just because they started winning just this century, they have barely any history when it comes to the last century or anything like that. We've been pretty much on top of them when it comes to that, but they just not. But just because they've been good this century, just recent, they think they're just the best London club in the world. I'm like, I don't know about it. But at Stamford Bridge, we do not have a good record against them at Stamford Bridge. And I think that's about to change because I don't think Conte, he's going to get his former club. You know how he left the club.
Yeah.
He's not going to be playing about this game. This game is going to be serious for him. And I'm sure the players he did put out there, I'm sure he got in their head and told them, hey, y'all got to win this. We got to show our dominance in this game. We got to show what we're about in this game because this is his former club. And he left that. The way he left the club wasn't ideal. And I think he said some stuff that I think he wanted them to get relegated or something.
You gotta love that. I mean, you gotta love him being in charge of your club going into a semi-final against a rival like that.
Exactly.
With what he said, you gotta love it. I mean, if that doesn't give you a stiffy, I mean, I don't know what does, Wes.
Yeah, exactly. If we get to a final, this is the best chance we have a trophy. Last year, if we didn't, I said this when it happened. If we didn't get rid of Mourinho a week or two before the final, I think we could have. He could have won that because he was preparing, like endlessly for that one game to actually try to win it. And I think we could have. I think we could have beat Man City if we had him behind, and he probably could have at least got us a trophy. But it didn't happen. Levy was being Levy. But I think now this is our biggest chance to finally get the trophy drought out the way and stop people getting on us about, we don't have any trophies right now. This could be our biggest chance. And if we can win at least one trophy, that can really do wonders for the squad mental wise. They can actually think, hey, we can actually win things. We can lift stuff. We can show, as Expressive is saying, we can finally see our players' armpits.
No, look, I'm absolutely hanging for a trophy. I mean, the last trophy I seen us lift, I mean, I was just hitting puberty and discovered what women were, Wes. Next trophy we lift, I don't want to be grey. Which was going to happen. I don't want to have grey hairs. I want to lift it now in my prime so I can go missing for 2 weeks and celebrate. I mean, this is all we want. We want the trophies. And now is the time to stand up and be counted. No more excuses. I mean, we've got the manager. He's got the squad. He's got the squad to the best of what it can be, and he has a shape and a system that seems to be working. So let's fucking stand up today. I'm talking to you, Harry. I'm talking to you, son, Lloris, the leaders of this team. Let's stand up today and let's take it to them. Forget about the records. It's 11v11 at the end of the day. Go out there, hit them early, smash them in the face with an elbow like Mane. You will get away with it. After that, just wind them up, keep winding them up, make it hard to beat, dog it, don't give them anything easy, chase the living crap out of them. This is what I want to see. This is not the impossible. I don't want people to sit there and try and make it out or like it is either. These are not on form. They are imploding. They're coming quicker off the TV channel than what Thomas the Tank Engine did when I was a kid. Honestly, Tuchel, he's crying. Lukaku, he has more affection for Inter than what he does Chelsea. They have the retirement squad at home. Honestly, it's like grandpa's on tour back at their back line. We have to get out there and we have to expose them today. We really, really have to do it. But Wes, you expect it to be a very tactical battle?
I expect us to go at them right at the start, right when the game starts. I expect us to go hard on them right off the bat. I don't think Conte is going to be fooling around with that. I think he's going to tell them they go at them. They're down right now. We know they're down right now. Lukaku, hey, I don't know what is in his brain, what told him to do that interview, but he done messed up. He done effed up. I don't know what he was thinking, but I don't know what he thought was going to happen, saying he's going to go back to Inter and all this, and Inter doesn't even want him. The fans over there are like graffitiing in his statue and all that. So it's like perfect timing for us, though. Perfect timing for us. That's great. I see that as great in our eyes because they were all hyping, Chelsea fans were hyping him up like he was about to be their Lord and Savior, like he's about to be Drogba for him, and I'm like, no.
Honestly, it was like second coming of Christ. He's going to bang in goals all over the Premier League. I mean, the guy's being MIA, missing in action. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. I do love it.
The only one I do rate is Christian Pulisic. I am American. I have to. He has quality. We're gonna have to be aware of him. He is. Hey, if he gets that enough space, he will put in the back of the net. And I think Sanchez and Tanganga will probably gonna have the most deal with him. I think the most. So they're gonna have to just be wary of him. I don't think he's gonna do anything in this game. He just hasn't been. I don't think he's been completely on like what he was doing last season before he got injured. So I don't expect too much from him. But I know for me watching USA, he has the capability if you give him a chance, and we don't need that to happen at all.
Do you know what? He's quick, some nice touches, but honestly, he wouldn't lead a conga line at a wedding. He just would not. I mean, for me, I think he's a bit overrated. I think Chelsea jumped the gun on signing him. To be honest with you, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what rocks up today. But look, where's my man? I have to keep this show moving. Absolutely brilliant performance. But, I want your score prediction, and I already want you to sing a song, a Spurs song, or come on, you Spurs, and give us a pump-up line as well. Let's have it, my man. Let's get the crash helmets on.
I'm going to say either 2 or 3-0 Tottenham.
Come on, Wes. Loving it, my man. I'm loving it. You had your Weetabix this morning, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, you want me to go ahead? I'm going to say it loud. I'm pretty loud with the voice.
Let's have it. The score. Let's have it. A really loud come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Come on, you Spurs!
That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, I love it. You want to be careful. The noise police don't kick in your door there. Honestly, you've reached decibels that no one has yet on this show. Wes, my man, absolutely love it. Go and put your feet up, crack open the beer, get your Chelsea friends on the couch either side, one in each arm, give them a nuggie, and let's go and spank Chelsea. Let's have it.
Okay.
Big up, Wes. Absolute brilliant caller. Let's keep it moving. What legend have we got on next? And it's Brains, my man. How are you keeping, brother?
Not bad at all. I'm all good. I mean, we literally just spoke about 20 minutes
not so long ago. Honestly,
nothing's changed since then. I mean,
I'm the pinky to your brain. I'm the pinky to your brain. It's pinky in the brain on here right now. I absolutely love it. Brains, usually you do have a nice little song or two. Have you got one for us today? No?
Not really. I mean, oh God, I actually just just before we saw that lineup, before we saw Matt Hayes' little leaked shindig, I gotta say I was so stoked, and now I'm like, oh no, it's just Doherty, as an inverted left wing back. It didn't work in the last game. Why has he gone for it again? And then Sanchez in the center. I mean, which is the only thing he probably thought he could have done with those players. But and this might have sounded a little bit crazy because we haven't seen it yet. But I would have had I would have had Gill as the left wing back, and I would have had Joe Rodon in. I just think we can't say that Conte is a genius and Conte we trust when he does it with other players like Ben Davies and turns Harry Winks around, and yet we're not willing to see what he could do with them and with Joe Rodon. Like Joe Rodon when he came in last season was our most consistent defender when he came in.
Yeah,
I just don't. All the fan base have lost complete faith in him, and it's horrible.
Do you know what
just simply.
Do you know what it is when it comes to Joe Rodon, Brains? I think he's just been unlucky. I mean, it took him a while to get into Jose Mourinho's team. He did. Then we changed manager. He was out under Mason. Then Nuno comes in. He comes back from the international competition with an injury, fails to get into Nuno's team. Then Conte comes in, and it's kind of like he just hasn't been given a chance. Do you think today would have been the right game to give him a chance, or do you think next week the game against Morecambe is the right chance to give him a chance and have a look at him?
I think that idea of giving you a chance. That phrase makes sense when it is a big moment. When it's kind of like when someone says that to you, like, hey, this is your chance. Go and play these 20th division teams. Like it's not really your big chance because you just know he's not going to play after that. No one who plays in that game is going to be. Nothing they can do. Dane Scarlett can score 6 goals. He's not going to start ever. You know. So it's not really a chance. So, but something like this, where it's like the pressure is huge, and the pressure is what sculpts diamonds. That's where you actually see. And for me, like, it's a big risk, but that's the thing that you could have Conte saying, "Listen, Joe, like all this time that you've been on the bench and not get this is it. Like this is your moment." And that can inspire a player to really go out there. And I've seen him against Lukaku, and he does well against him. He totally pockets him. And I think Ben Davies is so much more comfortable when he's got him next to him. But again, it's like Sanchez has been in, but just from looking at their side to looking at our side, not considering that they're on a bit of a slide, because they are, and that's the great thing here. Their side does look on paper stronger than ours from their defense, just because of the experience and it looks like that lineup. I can't see 3 center backs, so I think they're going to play back 4. It looks like they're going to do a 4-3-3, and that's interesting because then they are going to attack, and we're going to sit and then try to beat them on the counter attack. But then I just worry about Tanganga making fouls around the box, which he always does.
That's a big concern.
That's the big stuff. So I'm really looking for you to pump me up here because I as soon as I saw that lineup, I was like, oh no, back to oh god, I don't know what's going to happen here now.
I mean, look, we still have Lucas, Son, and Kane. I mean, they're the players I'll be focusing on. When you come away today, look, Conte will set us up defensively strong. But what he has done, rather than throw an extra body in midfield, he's kept with Son, Lucas, and Kane. And it does look like we will go at them at every opportunity we get to break. Yeah. So there's optimism there. I mean, Son hasn't been playing well, but he's been scoring goals. And we've never really seen, when he's not been playing well, him really affect the game. But this time he's still scoring goals. Harry Kane is back in the goals. A big game from him today. Lucas Moura, I mean, he's really picked it up under Conte. He really has. He's starting to really perform. And he's the one player. And I think the reason why he's been left in and he hasn't gone, say, for instance, bringing Harry Winks into midfield is purely because he would be able to get us up the pitch. It's going to be very hard to kind of pass through Chelsea. It usually is very hard to pass through them. But with Lucas Moura, he can single-handedly get us up the pitch. But Brains, I mean, this is a team. They've bet us in a League Cup final. More recent than what we bet them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hate them, second of all. We've played them more times than any in League Cup semi-finals than any other fixture in a semi-final. The Battle of the Bridge, they took the league from us. Mm-hmm. We will go into this. We will use that pain. And not only that, they sacked Conte, who won them a Premier League and FA Cup. His words were, I hope they get relegated. This is going to be a spicy fixture today. Yeah. Get the sriracha sauce out. I mean, put it all over it. It's going to be it's going to be flaming hot, my man. It really is. And today is the day to turn them over. I think with Doherty coming in, I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand it, Brains. I think maybe does Reguilon have a nickel? Maybe that could be the case, and that's why Doherty's in.
Well, Reggie's on the bench, right?
Doherty was shocking going forward against Southampton, but hopefully he's learned, because what I will say, Brains, is he's been linked with a move to Wolves, right? Now, from my understanding, it's very, very reliable. He does not want to leave Tottenham. Now, this is his chance to prove it today. So maybe he might step up. And he has improved compared to what we're used to seeing from him under Jose and stuff like that. He has improved. Can he come in and put in a performance tonight? We'll have to wait and see. I mean, Session started against Liverpool. He done it, Brains. We got out there with a 2-2. This system that Conte has, it's so effective against the big teams. Really is effective. They struggle against it. And that's why you should be pumped up, my man. And then plus a couple of shots of vodka, you'd be running around like a lunatic.
I've got the pineapple gin over there. Mike's taking a couple of shots of that.
Nice,
no, I think you're 100% right. Like with I think the key is Lucas is to kind of him coming deep to get the ball around the halfway line, and then that kind of drop shoulder spin the other way and try to like progress. So the break is really where it's all about. You know, I think do you think that it would be a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, or as in with the wing backs now, because they're not really the wing backs we can do crazy attacks with. The wing backs kind of sitting in a low block type thing, and then trying to catch her on the break.
Yeah, do you know what? What I was thinking is, as soon as I seen Doherty in, maybe my thinking is he's brought in to be a bit more defensive along that side, and Emerson might be allowed to get forward. That was initially my thoughts, but I'm not sure whether it is illegal or not. But initially my thoughts was that he's going to sit back and allow Emerson to go forward, just have that extra bit of cover. Hakim Ziyech will probably play out that way as well. We know how dangerous that guy can be. We faced him against Ajax. So I wonder, is he being brought in? Because with Reguilon's very good at going forward. I like him going forward, but sometimes defensively he'd be caught out. Now, he has improved that. And I just wonder, is that why he's brought Doherty in today? That's I'm not sure, but I don't think our wing backs will have license just to bomb forward.
Yeah.
I do think if we can get into their half and we can sustain a bit of possession, I think you might see them go forward. But you never know what Conte. I mean, he could say to them, stick as fast forward as you can, because it's going to be a battle between these wing backs, Brains. Because, like me, I was always told, get as far forward as you can when I was out wide, keep their fullback thinking about you and not the other way around. So it's going to be a battle to see which wing backs can keep who pegged in. You know, I don't think you're going to see our wing backs abandon and let and go forward, and see their wing backs abandon and just go forward, because then it turns into a free for all. That would be a very interesting battle to see who pins who back in the wing back situations.
Yeah, I was thinking that they would, if they went in a back four, their wing backs wouldn't really overcommit anyway. And then if we are having a kind of back five, a kind of conventional back five, then we kind of double up on their wingers so that we can win the ball quicker to get it to midfield to break. And then that kind of shifts it. If we should be looking at games like this, like, do what some teams do against us and like frustrate the fuck out of them, like just close things down and then give it to Lucas. And also I really want to see Son just going at players like this defense tonight. Go at them, run at them, like in the first few minutes, go on a crazy run, like just scare the shit. Even if it doesn't work, just like kick the ball and run, because they're not that defense doesn't have the pace to keep up with Son and Lucas. And therefore, if you genuinely have that, like Lucas being a kind of cam and then wing, kind of breaking out, if you have them running off each other and Harry just trying to get in the center for them cutting the ball back to him, then I can see us getting something. But also, it's a big moment,
You think we might use Harry to kind of link up with Lucas and just get Son to keep going in behind, use his pace constantly? Because if you have one dropping and one going in behind, what you're doing is stretching the defense. You can also beat their offside trap as well by doing that, because you're pulling them all over the place. Do you think that we might see? Do you think Kane would be told to stick up and around the box, or do you think he'd be told to kind of drop deep and get on the ball a bit like he was against Liverpool?
Because he's actually one of the best passers of the ball in the attacking, part of the field. I think that is a really good tactic as well. Maybe if it's not all the time, but in maybe early parts of the game, like get him on the ball for a quick turn, because he's also really brilliant at like holding the ball up, turning, keeping his man off him, and then either getting a foul or he just turns. And then you've seen him a couple times how he puts those brilliant little, through the eye of a needle balls into like them cutting in. So I think that is that is one of the best ways to use him. And then kind of like later in the game or whatever, if we, he could be just doing his centre forward roles and then have them come into kind of 2-10 type roles, or like just play the conventional winger roles. But yeah, I think the good thing about this is that I think we have the stronger kind of dangerous type of attack, where it's like Havertz is good, Ziyech is great. Ziyech's not really getting that much game time.
Yeah.
And who else have they got up front? Who's the other one who's playing? Pulisic, right? Yeah. So I mean, Pulisic is great. He's a good player, but you wouldn't swap them. Our attack. You got Harry Kane, who's coming back to form. You got like Son, who's scoring. If we just get him back to that kind of like, clever little runs and like also just running at players, putting the shits in them. Because I think if the first 5-10 minutes, normally we wait and we go through that kind of like, let's see what's going to happen here. And we should do that defensively. But if we get Harry or Lucas and Son on the ball, they should be looking just to kill them for pace. Harry, you're right. Harry should come down, look for a ball over the top and get them just killing them for pace. Because that's, I think, our kind of secret weapon tonight. They're quite slow at the back. We have a fast attack. So that's one of the secret weapons I think we can look at today.
No, 100%. And look, we've seen it before. I mean, even when we played Chelsea in the early part of the season, we lost 3-0. We've seen Son getting behind Thiago Silva already. We've seen him expose him for pace. So, look, they can roll out as many retirement villages as they want. You've got Thiago Silva on simmer frames, Azpilicueta and, Alonso. They probably need hip replacements now. So I can't wait. I can't wait to get at them. But look, Brains, before I let you go, my man, give me your score prediction and let's get everybody pumped up for this game.
I think genuinely it's going to be a really kind of critical, like thought game. I think it's really going to be a battle of who can win the balls in their kind of as soon as you break into the other person's half and stop them in their tracks. That's why I like our Højbjerg and Skip. I think Skip is so key today. And I didn't see Kante. I don't even know if Kante's on the
I think he's on the bench.
Is he on the bench? That would be the scary thing if they bring on Kante late, and if we've moved Højbjerg or Skip off. I don't want them to go anywhere, even if one of them might be not looking great. I just don't think you change that. You've got to keep stability there. But I think that's where the game's fought. And so I think if you're right, I think we use our front forwards to try to beat them with pace, and I think we get an early goal, and then it's a fucking fight for the rest of the game, and we come out 1-0 up. And I would honestly take that, because then it gives us the initiative to move forward. We take the confidence. We take them back to our grounds, and then it's a real game.
Yeah. No, do you know what? I absolutely love it. I mean, I'd even take a 1-1 back to our stadium. I really would. I just want to be in the tie with the home fixture. Preferably winning. Yeah. But Brains, I mean, you can either sing me a Spurs song or you can scream the house down. What do you want to do?
I'll just give you, because I know I've got housemates I've got a housemate who's in the bath. I don't want to ruin their bath, but I'll give you a passionate straight to camera. Come on, you fucking Spurs!
No, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Brains, my man, big yourself up. I hope to see you on the fan show after the game. Absolutely loving you on We Are Tottenham TV lately. You have a big following in here as well. Big yourself up. Kick back, relax, have a fucking beer. Let's enjoy this victory today. Come on, you Spurs. Big up.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
And quickly, everybody, get over to Brains' YouTube channel and make sure you smash that subscribe button on as well. Just type in Brains McLeod on YouTube. It's his music channel. This guy, absolutely brilliant. Make sure you get over there and smash that subscribe button. But it's time. Let's get on the last guest of the afternoon. Who have we got here? And it's man like Wagas. Wagas, how are you keeping, my man?
Long time no see. Hi, how are you?
It is a long time no see. Did you have a good Christmas and all?
Well, I don't really celebrate Christmas.
Oh, my bad. My bad. But you're keeping well anyway.
Yeah.
Nah, that's good. That's good. Are you pumped up for today's game, buddy?
Obviously, I think that firstly in the well, I think that right now it would be like a really close game. Firstly,
Yeah.
I think that the Chelsea team, I think that it's not like it's not the team that we would have like expected in the beginning of the season. Like for example, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when they won the Champions League, and they
Yeah.
came back in the beginning of the season. Like that would be considered a good team. Now it's not.
Yeah.
It just feels like a, you know.
Yeah, it
I
feels like
don't
the
really
ship
know
is
how to
sinking.
explain it, but like tired team.
Yeah, no, it does. It feels like their ship is sinking. Sinking quicker than it's a Titanic, which is always good. Well, I guess so it is, my man. What do you think of Tottenham's lineup? Doherty in there. I mean, Tanganga brought in, and it looks like we're playing a 3-4-3. You happy with that?
Well, the formation, yeah, I don't think there's anything to complain about. But I don't know why Conte, he keeps switching up the left backs. Like one time it's Davis, one time it's no. He's never left back Davis right now. But like he always switches it up, and he just keeps Emerson in the starting 11 like every time. And I think that Doherty. Okay, it's fine. Like Doherty, when he was on against Southampton, he wasn't bad. He he played well. So I'm not really complaining about that because we haven't really seen much of Doherty
Yeah.
this season. Like I think that he's been criticized a lot, which has been very unfair to him.
Mm.
There was So yeah, I think this is his, chance. I
Yeah.
don't think that Emerson should have started though.
You're not a fan of Emerson, I guess.
Well, no, I can't say I'm a fan. Well, it's unfair to say that I'm not a fan of him yet,
Yeah.
but not a very good impression so far.
Yeah.
But it's a new it's a new role for him. He's not a right wing back. I don't know why he's playing right wing back. But
I'd say you're a tough man to please, are you?
nah, not really. But if he can't cross, which is like the biggest problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a fair assessment, man. That is a fair assessment. Wagas, do you think this competition is Conte's best chance of winning a trophy at Tottenham this year?
To be honest, yeah, well, it's the semi-finals. I like he said like in the beginning of the show, like a few minutes ago, that Liverpool, I don't know why, like they never go in for like the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. They always play, the academy. They
Yeah.
don't really like bother. So I think we're gonna beat Chelsea. I have a feeling that we're gonna beat Chelsea, and
Love it.
Arsenal are gonna beat Liverpool. It's gonna be a North London derby final, and I don't know what will happen then. But I won't be surprised if we lose.
No, look, if we beat Chelsea tonight, you heard it here first. It's Wagas. Everybody come in and thank him. Everybody do come in and thank the guy. But Wagas, my man, what's your score prediction for today's game, lad?
1-1.
1-1. And you'd be happy to take that back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Anything but a loss is good.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, lad. I definitely agree with that. Any final thoughts, because we're about 20 minutes away from kickoff. Any final thoughts, lad?
Nah, not really. Just coys.
Guys, absolutely love it. But come on, show me your passion. I know you are a true Spurs fan. I know you love this club just as much as me. Give me it a bit louder. Show me your passion.
Come on, there are people. Come on, you Okay, that's you. Okay,
Absolutely love it. We don't want to get you in trouble. We don't want to get you in trouble, my man. But big yourself up, brother. And thank you very much for coming on, my guys. And I hope to see you on more of these, my man.
Yes, definitely. Another great show. Thank you.
Where are you from, Marcus? Where are you from?
I'm from Oman. It's like next to UAE, like 4 hours away.
Oh, yeah. Ireland actually played them in a friendly a few years ago, so they did. How'd you end up getting into Spurs?
I think it was Potter Kane. I think it was because of the World Cup. Kane's goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You remember when he got the good golden boot and stuff?
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Final question: do you hate Chelsea, my man?
Right now, yeah.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Well, I guess you put your feet up and you enjoy the game, my man, and hopefully we'll get you on the post match fan show after.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Big up, buddy. Big up, Wagas. Guys, absolutely brilliant call in from Wagas. You know, show a lot of love in the comments. Really, really deserves it. Brilliant. But there we have it. That is the end of another pre-match pump up. Just quickly, if anyone likes to know where they can find me, I don't know whether one of the boys can put the link in the chat or not. I'm not too sure, but you can find me over at the Irish Hotspur. The big push for 6K subscribers, 6,000 subscribers is on. So I'd love if you could get over there and help make that dream a reality, especially once we win today. And I'm going to say it now before the game. I do think we're going to win. And after the game, I'm going to say I predict these things because that's what happens. Look, Lukaku is going to turn into the Hulk today. Hopefully receives a red card. Hopefully he's too overeager. I mean, you've got the retirement village in their defence. You know, you've got Kepa, who's allergic to clean sheets. Let's really take it to this Chelsea team. It is nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be fearful of. And the boys have pinned the YouTube channel in the chat. Really appreciate that. Absolutely love it. Let's get over there and get the Irish Hotspur to 6K. I mean, it'd be a massive, massive dream. But honestly, do not be afraid today. Sit back, enjoy this game. It's going to be a tactical battle. 3-4-3 against 3-4-3. Very, very interesting to see who can get on top. Be very interesting to see which manager breaks the mold and goes for broke today. But all I know is Chelsea is sinking quicker than a Titanic. Tottenham is rising higher, quicker than what the Eiffel Tower did. So let's absolutely get after it. You know, once Big Ben strikes 7:45, this is a London derby. Let's get at them. I mean, we have so much revenge to dish out on these. Let's bend them over, spank them, and then sit them in a corner and put on Thomas the Tank Engine for them, the enthusiast. You know, look, Chelsea fans, they're more interested in their money, their poodles, and everything else than their football club. They're not real fans. They're plastic fans. We're real fans. We've had to go through the pain and the hurt years upon years. I mean, been going through it 30 years. I mean, there's people I know that's been going out, through the pain a lot longer. Today is our day. Let's right some wrongs. Stamford Bridge, bring it on, and we're going to be on the right side of the battle. As always, come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust. And stay tuned for the watch along. Let's fucking have it. See you on the post match.